am Red Cyclone! Yeah!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What's going on? What is going on?
Chillin', Mark. What it is, what it is.
I found Chelsea Green and LA Knight at my Target.
Now, who that?
The WWE Elite figures. I saw Chelsea. I was like, I gotta grab this. She looks really cool. I actually dug it. And LA Knight was there. They had, I think Bronson Reed is in that set, and they didn't have him. They had Omos, but I didn't really want Omos. But he's actually humongous. So I was like, at least they did that right.
Mm-hmm.
And Brock Lesnar, the cowboy with shorts. It's a cowboy hat, shorts. That's the one they had. So, what's going on?
Not much. Well, I see a lot. Since the last time the DLC for Elden Ring has come out.
Yes.
And then I also got into something that was free to play. I'm checking that out, called The First Descendant.
Okay.
It's a very interesting experience because that's like the first one of those I've ever played. It's a shooter. I think it's on everything. But I saw some people whose opinion I take a little more than most people. Like, okay, they're playing it and they're having fun, so let me check this out. It's not bad, but I will say it is rough because the network issues in game make it like hitch because it loads people. Because it looks like it's always online, right? But it's trying to go for Destiny meets like Warframe.
Okay.
Now, I'm not too much of a Warframe person, but I played Destiny 1.
Yes, I know.
And what they want is they want like a hub world where you can see all the players and stuff when you log in. So that's kind of like, you need good service for that.
Okay.
Otherwise, you sit there loading for a while you stare at a bunch of names on the screen. So that happens every time you like load into the big area and whatnot. So that needs work. Maybe more people get in and play, and they'll get more servers and whatnot. So over time, maybe that'll be better. Like that's my main issue is just that's a constant thing because when you go out into the world, you have like most games, it's not truly open world. You're just in like a stage-based type of deal.
Yeah.
But it's like bigger than most games where you get traverse and whatnot. It has one thing that I think in combination with the shooting that makes it feel really good.
Okay.
And that's because it has like a grappling hook that it keeps momentum if you like shoot it forward at the right angles and stuff, and then like go and jump and stuff. So you could kind of move around a little faster than you could like in say Lost Planet.
Okay.
A little faster. You can't quite do whatchamacallit, what's the name of that game? You can't quite do Bionic Commando.
Okay.
No. You can go up and down though, and there's not too much restriction on where you can go. But the one thing I noticed is the speed that you do keep. As for the shooting is a little bit above average. Like it's not a first person, it's third person. So the hit effects and stuff are pretty decent. The enemies are, I say hit or miss, because I like some of the designs. Some of them are kind of generic, but some of them are actually pretty good. Like the elite enemies, they have like a nice look to them. they do different things from the regular enemies. Like they serve a function, and you could kind of see it. And it also has like this element of tower defense, because there are times when you have to stand in a certain spot and like waves come at you. And then it makes it easier to deal with it because of the fact that it's online, and it being hub based means other people are just around.
Yeah.
So you won't necessarily have to play with people, but there's always a situation, at least now that there's a lot of people trying it,
Yeah.
that you aren't just in a barren world. So if you're doing something, there's more than likely going to be somebody to come and back you up.
Okay.
And then doing that obviously benefits both of you. So
Nice.
I think the loop that they put is pretty good. It's always where you can either help somebody do something or go to your next like intended point of progress, and you'll always have something that like you'll be going for, or that will be leveling up or something like that. Because I think the guns have a proficiency bar, so there's a leveling system there. There's a crafting thing, and that's like what I've seen people say is the more Warcraft thing. I mean, not Warcraft, the more Warframe
Okay.
deal. So like there's a lot of things, and I also saw like you could fly. Like I don't have that.
Oh, okay.
I don't have that yet, but I saw a dude in like the little trailer intro for the game. Like I saw like one of the special abilities, like a flying type of deal. So I'm like, oh, wait a second, you can fly.
Yeah. So you gotta get there.
And this is not as bad as Anthem. They didn't expect you to pay money and then play a live service game. Maybe this could be okay. So that's kind of how I feel about it now. It's okay. But I think it could be better, like if over time, because it's really new. It's really new.
Okay.
It's like just came out of beta or something like that.
Alright, so give it time. It'll probably get better.
So I recommend try it. It's free.
Yeah.
And it's not like super in your face about like buy this, but it does try to sell you this, I think it's the battle pass or whatever.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Okay.
Obviously it's just cosmetics, skins and stuff. It's not like pay to win. So there's that. But in the actual you spend money to get product type of stuff, we had Shadow of the Erdtree.
Yes.
And that's like a 2-year long wait, I guess, since the end of the Elden Ring, because it came out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And people knew there was going to be something. They just didn't know what it was and how big it was. And this is pretty much, I think they said themselves, it's the biggest DLC they've done. And then just in general, the size is like, if you were to just play this, it's comparable to maybe some AAA games.
Nice.
That are like 20-30 hours long. Just the amount of stuff you can actually find and do. It's like, yeah, you could play for more than that. So
nice.
Good job on it. And is it too difficult? Maybe. Don't do what I did. Don't play it on New Game Plus. How about that?
There you go.
Play it on New Game. Make a new character. Start from the beginning. I think that's the best way to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because the things I see in relation to the things I'm experiencing are slightly off.
Yeah.
Whereas some people are like, hey, this boss isn't that bad, or just do this. And I'm like, that shit don't work. Because the New Game Plus, the numbers are different.
Yeah.
So things you used to be able to do, certain types of cheese you might have been able to pull off.
Yeah.
The bosses just have too much health. They don't die in time.
Yeah.
Or there's a mechanic where you can stagger the bosses. In New Game, you can do certain moves maybe like 3 times, right?
Okay.
yeah, you probably ain't never gonna see it happen in New Game Plus because they tweak the numbers hard.
Okay, so it's best if you just stick with the your regular game, or you said
Yeah, like
start a new game.
start a new game. If it's your first time playing it, even better.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it. But like, if you have a character that's like, I beat the game and I stopped, and then I played another character and I whatever, because it's a game that rewards you playing multiple characters just because it has different endings and
Yeah.
there are missable things. And say you want to get the trophies.
Yeah.
That's a game where it's better to play it with at least 2 to 3 characters instead of playing New Game Plus to New Game Plus Plus, because you just gonna get, unless you're good, unless you're real good, you ain't gonna hit a wall. But like most people will hit a wall where it's like, all right, the numbers are too high.
Yeah.
I gotta play and never die, because once you die and lose your stuff, you basically lost a level, and it's like, yeah, good luck getting a level back in New Game Plus. So like, I'll put it this way: you get to the end of New Game, you could be 150, 120 something.
Yeah.
If you're good. Lower than that if you're a beast, right? But
Yeah.
like the average player, 150 to like 175, right? Because the levels, that seems like a high number, but after a while, it's like, oh no, if you don't die with your souls enough and just level up and you don't even have to grind that much. No, 175, 165, you'll beat the game.
Nice.
New Game Plus. It's like in the beginning, you're like, all right, I'm getting levels, and then when you get to 200, it's like, nah, slow down.
Yeah.
That's basically how the game is. Slow down. And 200 is not where the enemies stop.
No.
So you be slowing down, trying to catch up, and the enemies beating your ass. And if you die with your souls on you, and you lose a level, like a level's worth of progress, basically, that's when it's like, oh man. And that's already happened to me at least a few good times.
Yeah.
Because the whole gamble of the game is, can I make it to the next checkpoint without going back?
Yeah.
Because that's literally the difficulty of the game. It's not that it's hard. It's, can you progress until you make it to the next checkpoint without going all the way back to the place where you can rest and level up?
Yeah.
Safely. So if you see an enemy and you're like, that guy can kill me, which is like 99% of the enemies to the game, that guy can kill me.
Yeah.
Your thing in your head is, do I want to go past that guy to the next checkpoint knowing that he could beat my ass? Knowing that I might accidentally slip off a cliff or not pick him up. Because that's kind of how boss encounters are. They're in a way where it's like, they can always kill you in 2 to 3 hits, right?
Yeah.
That's not the thing that is hard about the DLC. It's just, do you trust yourself to pick up your souls after you die because they drop on the floor? Oh man, I died in the corner. That's not good.
Yeah.
You can see them in the corner, but once you walk in the room, that thing is on top of me.
Yeah.
And I make it to the corner to pick my shit up before he kills me again. And 9 times out of 10, the answer is actually no. But you feel like you could do it, and that's where you lose your shit. So that's kind of like, it sounds terrible, but that's actually a little bit of the fun of the game. Is like the betting with yourself. Can I make it through this? Nah, I didn't. But I tried though.
Yeah.
I tried. And then you just sitting there moping, trying to get to the next, trying to kill enough enemies to get back to the next level. Because it's like, damn, I would have been level 2 something something. I'm still 200, and they whooping my ass. Yeah, out here beating my ass. So that is basically what that experience is like at New Game Plus. So I recommend, don't do that.
Okay.
Still fun. I think they went crazy with like the weapons and the skills, because there's sometimes But they also have like they got to go back to the lab and balance some of this stuff. Yes, there was some broken stuff that was like people were taking advantage of. I heard there was one thing that people like was just abusing to beat the DLC really quickly.
Yeah.
The last patch came out this past week. Yeah, they got rid of that shit. They knew it was broken.
Uh-oh.
It kind of happens every time From Software makes new stuff in the DLC. There's gonna be something that's overpowered, and then they're gonna fix it. But this one, I think they put so much stuff in. You see that there's actually also the opposite. There's a lot of stuff in there that just doesn't work right,
Yeah.
and it's like this is useless. So there's it is mostly on the spell part.
Okay.
The spell and the incantation part. Like there's a lot of that shit that's just like, oh, this is cool. This looks cool, and it's like, wow, this tickles the enemy. I need to stop using this shit. And then there's some stuff that's just like, oh, okay, I see a big old chunk of the health bar just gone every time I use this. I'm gonna stick with this one. So there's both, is what I'm saying.
Alright.
Shout outs to the Captain America shield they put in there.
Nice.
Kind of dope. And there's a Thor hammer, because it's a big, except it's not little.
Yeah.
It's huge. And you spin and you throw it, and it knocks enemies on their ass. And it's hilarious. Check out the YouTube. I made a video
Nice.
of
Check
me
that out.
throwing my hammer and knocking enemies out. It's
There you
it's
go.
cathartic, is what it is. So my recommendation on that is, yeah, if you like Elden Ring, get that.
Nice. Yeah, I'm hearing great things about it. That's one thing I consistently
Also,
hear great things about it.
I would just also like to say shout outs to the people who can't play video games good enough, and they felt the need to go on Steam and say the game was bad because they was ass at it. I laugh at you out loud. Other people just do the same thing. I just like seeing the complaints. There's a lot of them. None of them are valid. A lot of them are not valid. A lot of them are just, oh, you thought you were that good at the game, and you copied somebody's build on YouTube, and then they specifically tuned this to mess up a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
They made it so that you make new stuff. That's what the DLC is for. It's like, yeah, you can come in here with the cheese build, and you'll get pretty far, but you won't win unless you're good. So if you ass and you had a cheese build, guess what? You still ass, and you're gonna get beat up and be frustrated. So I kind of like that.
There you go.
I like that. Go ahead and be mad, be upset, be angry. Let the hate flow through you. Maybe then you'll beat it. Stop complaining. And then also, I love the people that want you to play the game some super hardcore way, because the game, if you play it by yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you choose not to play online, or you choose to play online and not summon people, you can summon NPCs.
Yeah.
And people love to shit on people that do that because, any game that's difficult, you got those weirdos that, sad to say, they PP get hard when something is too difficult. Oh man, nobody's gonna beat this except me. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to put up this video and that video. I'm gonna be a god, and this is like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
You're gonna die alone. You're gonna die alone and unhappy. Please shut up. I spent my $70 like everybody else. I'll use whatever I want. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You play the game you want to play the game.
Yeah, so there's a lot of those things. Also, people are saying that some of the best encounters happen with some of the NPCs because they put like special voice lines on them, and like there's a lot of story with that. And I've heard it. Like I didn't get to finish it because I got frustrated and just didn't use the guy because I was like, you know what? I can use my cheap ass mimic, who's basically me but stronger, and I beat like one of these super powerful bosses that way. But I regret not using the guy they give you because he just won't shut up, and he's mad as hell. And his voice lines are really good. Like I might just send you, like you may not play it for however long, so I might just send you somebody using him against this boss.
Yeah.
So just so you can hear how fucking angry he is. Like I don't really ever do that. Say it to that level, but that man is upset.
Yeah.
Like when you find him, he's like a body, and like he's a stump with a head, because he got destroyed by this boss, and so when you summon him, he gets his body in full,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you. I hate you." He's just him screaming it. It's really good. It's really good.
Nice.
I think that might be like the best character in the entire game.
Cool.
It's hilarious. So how angry he is.
I watched some gameplay on it. It looks really good. I haven't got to it yet. One day I will.
Now's the time, man. Now's the time. Just saying.
Yeah.
But also, by the time you play it, they definitely
fix
gonna patch some
everything.
stuff. Yeah. I will admit, in the interest of fairness, right?
Yeah.
You can, having played pretty much all the From Software Souls style of games.
Yeah.
There's some stuff in here that's broken on
Yeah.
the boss side. There's some hitboxes that linger way too long. There's some times where you do moves and for some reason some of their hitboxes just disappear.
Yeah.
And this is on bosses. Like, I've had spells that hit in giant areas just not hit bosses. And I'm like, but you're bigger than a building. Why did you take no damage? Like, there's some stuff that's like they gotta go in there and they gotta adjust some things. Like, things aren't not everything is interacting properly with it.
Yeah.
With everything. So
Nice.
it's not a thing that I feel like is rushed. It's just I feel like there's a second and third pass on some things that they usually would have done that they didn't exactly do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
So like there's one boss in particular that's got some dirty stuff that he just like, you didn't get hit. You roll past it, and you just see your body get dragged. Just I'm like, yo, what? Yeah, I'm summoning somebody. I ain't playing this game. I'm not playing your game. I'm playing my game. I didn't, because so it'll do that to you. The game will do that to you, and I think that's the good job. It will make you sit there and go, I'm not doing anything else until I beat this by myself.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything else until I learn how to do this. And then that changes from I'm gonna beat it until it's gonna change to, let me just get past phase 1. And that's pretty much how it's been. It's like, okay, this boss is cool. Oh, that's dope. Oh yeah, you do that? Oh, why are you flying? Oh, okay, that beam is bigger than the entire screen. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna summon this dude. I don't feel like this. How long I've been here? An hour. 2 hours. I gotta go to work. All right, bro. Nah. I will say this specifically. I know there's more coming because I know supposedly the actual story boss is the hardest thing they put in the DLC, which is a change.
Yeah.
Before it was a secret boss.
Okay.
Now it's actually they don't want you to beat the DLC. So I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see that.
Nice.
And I know people have beaten it and gone through and beaten it again, but I'm taking my time. I don't rush through these things, and I don't spoil them. It's actually easy not to spoil yourself.
Yeah.
If you just don't click on the YouTube video.
Yeah.
It's real easy.
Yeah.
The other thing is just it's more fun, I think, to find the stuff yourself. Yes, you can be told, because it was like day 2, people had guides for things, but it's just like, it's just more fun to figure out how to do it your way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it feels better when you finish it, having did it your janky ass way by using this thing. You were standing on a rock in the corner, so you could escape one hit, and he had to run around the map the entire time. But I did it.
Nice.
And I didn't use you. I didn't ask this guy to help me how to do it. No, I did it myself. So there's that.
Nice.
So I'd say it was worth the wait. But yeah, they gotta fix some. They do have to fix some stuff. There's some janky stuff for the player and for the bosses. I'm not even gonna say, oh yeah, they make it easier.
Yeah.
No, you. Some of the stuff you guys made don't work, and some of the bosses they kind of cheat. So.
Nice.
2 thumbs up. 2
thumbs up. That's good. That's good though. At least you and it's.
Well, Asuka thumbs up. Asuka giving thumbs up to the Miz.
Nice.
my favorite thumbs up.
It's crazy. The games I haven't really. I've been going through the Lego games just to platinum them all because they gave them all for free on the premium. So I've just been going one by one and platinum them. I'm at Lego Jurassic Park, and the theme song is annoying the shit out of me because they just play that theme song every. They have remixes and bunch of different versions of that damn song. They have an 8-bit version. They have the rap version. They have everything, but it's still the same thing. It's like, oh god, shut the fuck up. But that's all I've been playing. I'm waiting for the monkey game, that one coming out in August. I forgot his name. The monkey prince shit.
Are you talking about Wukong?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That'll probably be the next thing I'll look into. And then Astro Boy Playroom. The Astro Boy game I'm actually really looking forward to.
Is that August as well, or is that further? You know?
Yeah.
Do you know when the time the Playroom?
Astro Boy is on September. Early September.
Oh, it's right after. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Other than that, like I have nothing else. I got the rest of the Turtles of Grayskull in, so Raphael came in this week. It looks pretty cool.
That's good.
So I have all 4
Nice.
Turtles, Shredder, and I have the Skeletor.
I saw they going in with those turtles though. There's some more stuff. What was the last 2 things you showed me though?
Oh, so Super 7 announced the 2003 Turtles.
Yeah, they
Those
look good.
look amazing.
They look good.
I'm like, yo, someone loved me
In the
enough
show,
to pre-order from me.
isn't that the ones from the live action show or no?
No, that was
white.
03.
The white. That's okay. That's the one after. Okay.
Yeah. And then they did showcase the new like that Gundam-ish one with Donatello with the sniper, and he's a sniper.
How many now? I saw Raphael was the first one.
Leo was first.
Leo was the first.
Mikey was second. Raph was third, and Donatello was the last one.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Are they gonna do villains or?
They did Shredder.
Oh, they did Shredder.
Yeah.
I've never seen Shredder.
Shredder came out after Leonardo.
Okay, I didn't know that.
But those are sick. If I had the money, I would definitely get those. But they're like three and change.
No bueno.
They're
Yeah.
fucking fantastic though. I think Jenkins has the Leonardo one.
Okay.
Yeah. That Donatello one though looks fire though. Like I think that's the best looking. I think that's the best one.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Shredder one.
I'll find the picture. It's pretty cool. Let's see. But yeah, they came out. But yeah, they've been showing a lot of kids, and then they also showed the Bebop and Rocksteady skull, the Turtles of Grayskull. They're the 2-headed character from there. So you see, Bebop and Rocksteady has 2 heads.
Mm-hmm.
They should have that in the pre-order. I missed the pre-order, so I might have to find it down the road. But the Turtles look dope. I actually very happy with how the Turtles came out on that series. And then Skeletor is just badass because he looks like a samurai. He's like the same color. He's like big samurai, but with the skull, with Skeletor's face. That shit is actually pretty cool.
Okay.
Other than that, they've been kind of quiet. Like I haven't been playing shit. There hasn't been games to play. So, well, there's games to play. I just haven't been playing them. There you go. Because I have a shit ton backlog of games that I had to get through eventually, and I'm playing the Lego games.
So did you watch anything specific last week? Anything new?
The Boys.
Was there anything that? Yeah, The Boys. That's right.
The Boys been good. I'm at the second to last episode. That show been fantastic. If you watch Money in the Bank, they remind you The Boys is on Amazon Prime all fucking night.
Well, Cody Rhodes is in the commercial.
Cody Rhodes in the commercial, and the Money in the Bank briefcases had the company's logo from The
Yep, and
Boys.
sponsored. I think they said they specifically were saying the Money in the Bank matches are
Yeah.
brought to you by so and so.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah, man.
Kind of like the Rey Mysterio and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was just a wrestling filled weekend. We have Money in the Bank. We have Heat Wave tonight. Then we have Forbidden Door last week. So there was just a lot of wrestling to catch up with. So that's mostly my focus to be doing. And then shout outs to Tenacious T, because we kind of have a plan for our next Morphin Cast and all that stuff. So we're building that. We're going into Mega Force of the Morphin Cast. We're going into Ahsoka of Not Trekkie. And on Shell Shock, we're going to be finishing the O3 series with Back to the Sewer. So
Okay.
things are going.
All right.
So we want to get into the X-Men one first.
Sure. Why not?
Yes.
So I know this is a recurring thing. We're gonna go through 10, right?
10 episodes.
12. Okay, 10. 10 episodes of X-Men 97. One at a time. The first one we had, I didn't see it when it premiered. So do you know when it came out?
March 20th.
March 20th. Okay. Oh, so that's not even that too long ago.
No, it just it's when it first started, it aired with 2 episodes, and then every Wednesday after that. So it lasted for about a month.
Okay. All right. So I know this one it has the hands on it from the people from the original,
Yeah.
but this is, I think it's new. Obviously, it's new artists.
Yeah.
It's I think it's the storyboard. Like there's a specific person in charge of like the story, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe they're new, but
Yeah,
they
they're
do
new.
have. I think it's the. See, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Is it the producers from the original show?
Yes. The producers in the original show and most of the voice cast.
Most of the voice cast.
Most of the
Okay.
voice cast. Because some
Alright.
are not with us anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, but
You could also tell who was like who was the past, because you hear their age in their
Their age.
voice.
mhm.
Like Rogue, you heard her age in her voice.
Well, yeah, it's because she's an older lady anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like Jubilee, who was like in her 20s when she
Yeah.
was voicing that. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So well, we have the stats on it, so I can get it.
Yeah.
2024 TV 14, 22 minutes per episode. Let's see. The synopsis is: a band of mutants use their uncanny gifts to protect the world that hates and fears them. They're challenged like never before, forced to face a dangerous and unexpected new future. Kind of a catch-all because it doesn't tell you specifically for each episode.
Yeah.
The creators, they have Bo DeMaio. I want to say he's from the show. Yes, that's the new producer for the show.
Yeah.
Who he, at least on social media, showed that he had a lot of influence from the fighting games.
Yes.
Not just the original show. So there's some references to Marvel vs. Capcom, X vs. Street Fighter, all those different things.
Yeah. Some of the action scenes, and then also I think the 4th episode, they played like an arcade that's very similar to it.
hmm But this translates into things like how Cyclops uses his powers,
Yes.
how mostly Cyclops. To be real, the biggest impact that this has had on is basically Cyclops, who's
Yeah.
like not a different character, but his personality is a lot more palatable, and you understand his motivations a lot more,
Yeah.
as opposed to the other one where he's just an unapologetic Boy Scout,
Yeah.
which is annoying to people.
Yep.
Obviously, the credits for the credits of X-Men, Stanley Jack Kirby. Let's see if we can get the voice cast, because I know there's a lot of characters in this show. I'll try to be broad, not just have season 1, so we'll have a lot of people that may not be in the episode. We have the order that they have: George Buza as Beast, Now I'm not gonna be able to tell you. So if you know if they were in the first one, let me know because I
Okay.
don't know other people. George Buza is Beast.
Okay.
We have Cal Dodd as Wolverine, which I know that's the original.
Yes.
Let's see his picture. Holly Chu as Jubilee. Ray Chase as Cyclops.
He's new.
We have Jennifer Hale as Jean Grey.
She's talked Jean Grey before, but not in the
She
X-Men.
wasn't the one on the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But Jennifer Hale is legendary
Yeah.
voice actress. Trim chef.
Yep.
Lenora Zan, OG Rogue. Matthew Waterson as Magneto. He's new, right? Because he's too young,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Allison Lee Smith is Storm.
She's the second voice of Storm. So the first original voice actress wasn't there. The second one
Okay.
is
Okay.
her. Yeah.
JP Carliak as Morph.
New person as well.
Mhm. Ross Marquand as Professor Xavier. Gui, or is it Guy? I think it's Gui Agostini
Yeah.
as he's Sunspot.
Yeah.
But they have him as Roberto da Costa.
Yeah, because he didn't get Sunspot name until later on.
We have Terry Douglas, additional voices. I'm sure there's somebody important, but they don't put it here. Let's see. Catherine Disher, Val Cooper. Not sure what that is. Chris Britton. He's Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, yeah. He's a few voices, but the only ones important are Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
And Robin Atkin Dow's the legend. I believe that's Solid Snake. And that's Solid Snake. I believe that's the original Liquid Snake. Maybe?
I think so.
I get him confused with another because he's like an OG voice actor, like from PlayStation era.
Yeah.
Let's see. I just want to make sure. Was he Liquid Snake?
I think because I think he taught Captain America.
He's got a lot of characters.
Yeah. But I think that one Marvel-wise connection, I think he taught Captain America once.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than that.
Yeah.
Like I can't scroll fast enough to get to the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't think he's just Cap. God damn. Good guy. He was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know that. No. He is not Liquid Snake.
Okay. I get him confused with the other dude.
Cam Clark, I believe, is Liquid Snake, the original.
I think the dude that taught Solid Snake,
He's
taught
in
Captain America as well in the animated series.
Well, I think he was Wolverine. No. He wrote the screenplay for X-Men 1 and 2, I believe.
Yeah.
That's David Hayter. That's not
Yeah.
this guy.
He voiced it Captain America and Spider-Man animated series and all that shit.
Okay, yeah. No, that's a different guy. This guy, he's more of a background guy. Okay. He is in Yakuza.
Nice. Who he plays?
Yohei Jingu. So he's
he's
one of the other Yakuza guys.
Oh, okay.
One of the side characters.
Nice.
He's the American voice for. Is that? Well, I'm getting on a tangent. We'll come back to this later. But let's say for basically the voice cast, Scott Steiner, unimpressed.
Yeah. He's unimpressed. But go to the first episode. So we go to the first episode, which is called "To Me, My X-Men."
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So pretty much the synopsis of this one episode is Cyclops tries to find a way to live up to Xavier's legacy while looking for the source of the new anti-mutant technology and finding a way to break the news of his gene's departure and raise their coming baby. Meanwhile, the old enemies arrived and the X-Men that what Xavier left to them. Pretty much that just sums up the ending, what happened, but I think this is just a episode to get back into the routine of what X-Men was, and it was an episode to show that Cyclops could be a fucking badass.
Is it true? It just takes somebody to write it.
Yeah, man. And I thought it was a fantastic first episode. It kind of didn't overdo anything. It kind of just felt smooth going into.
Well, it kind of did.
Yeah.
I think it actually. So this is not a redo.
Yeah.
That's the thing I realized, is that it's not a redo. It's more of a continuation.
Yeah.
But from, I guess, a different set of eyes, because it's not a direct continuation.
Yeah.
Because there are certain things that happen in the original show that just no, they're not doing those things here.
Yeah.
This is also bringing in certain characters a lot earlier, or putting them back in stories a lot earlier. So you see Bishop a lot earlier than you would.
Yeah.
Because this does not exactly have to do with time, and usually you only see Bishop when it has to do with a time-specific story. So that's different.
It's like the Flash. Like, God damn, Bishop, what happened now?
Yeah, exactly. So, Cable's I guess takes over to be that type of character, right?
Yeah.
We also have, now this is a parallel to the original. We have Morph.
Yes.
And we know the original series, he died. He was dead, resurrected, went through an entire arc.
Yeah, saved the one that could heal.
Became incredibly overpowered. Well, I mean, you always have to remember, or at least I always give them the credit of, you can't say that Wolverine wouldn't die from that, because the Marvel in their own stories has shown Wolverine being disintegrated down to the bone by a Sentinel. So, sure, it won't happen on Channel 5, but you could always make the case that, well, if a Sentinel shot him, he could die. He could. That's a pretty cool panel, actually, of the Sentinel just evaporating his meat, and it's just a skeleton just there. So, but this one does play with that. So, not that specific thing. I mean, it plays with Morph being back into the picture.
Yeah.
I do believe they are not going exactly into that dark stuff.
No.
With Morph yet. They're giving you a sense of a feel of his character, so you can, because again, he was kind of short-lived in the beginning of the series.
Yeah.
You know? So you kind of either. It's funny too when I see it. Them talking about, outside media talking about Morph, is that he was actually a popular character with kids, which I kind of, yeah, for being so short-lived.
He was popular with
like,
kids.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I know his figure was. I know his figure was actually hard to get.
It's just that he was popular.
Yeah.
Because he could change into other characters. I don't think there was anybody else that could do that.
Yeah.
But it was just like his figure was sold out immediately,
Yeah.
and apparently the kids really liked him.
Okay.
Although this one I know is not specifically geared towards just children, but 97 does have a young adults like feel to it. You know what I mean? Definitely, it is TV 14, and you can feel that.
Yeah.
This is much more. Just watching the show. Yes, it's not high school drama, but this is much more something like Evolution in feel.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that.
And I think it's in that way giving you a better characterization of the characters, because I think I could be honest and say that I think Evolution did a better job of exploring each of the characters on their own
Yeah,
and uh, endearing you to them than the regular show did. Like I said, I always say with Cyclops,
yeah,
is that he didn't really get an origin until like season 2, I think,
yeah,
or maybe even later. So like, this is a lot of characters that you don't even know who they are, really.
yeah,
You just know their name and that their position on the team. So again, this show, I think is doing a good job with that.
okay,
And for first episode, like we said, Cyclops seems to be that guy. But also, here's another thing that's different. Not really I won't say different. Surprising that they're keeping up the pregnancy.
yeah,
That's like on Front Street here with Jean and Cyclops.
yeah,
They didn't really specifically ever say like when she was pregnant on that show. Yes, we do get confirmation of baby becomes Cable. We did even get a little bit of the Madeline Pryor stuff, but like not enough to even understand what that is.
yeah,
Because we had like a tamed version of the Goblin Queen in that in the X-Men show with the Hellfire Club and stuff.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like they did the bare minimum. They mostly just turned Jean into that lady. They didn't even
Yeah.
really make that lady. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In this show, spoilers, she exists. So
Yeah.
there's gonna be a whole thing with that.
Yeah.
But so far it's like, so I'm just seeing they're just expanding upon Cyclops and Jean, which I think actually, to be honest, were two of the weakest characters, like history and story wise, of the '97 shows.
Yeah.
Because I would say even Jean, she didn't get the full backstory. They did show you her parents and then like the things that she had with, I think it was her father, and her being like afraid to tell her parents and stuff about that, and then she ended up at the institute. But like, this seems to be going a little deeper, so we'll see.
Yeah.
This is only episode 1. This is mostly Cyclops.
Yeah.
So in terms of like how you would grade the episode, how you felt about it, how'd you feel?
I thought it was a fresh take on something that was brought to us before, and I think they doing quite a good job. And just because I did go through the old X-Men series right before this came out, so I actually did the whole binge of the season. And that third season was fucking terrible. So I'm glad that they were like, all right, we got the ending of that. We're gonna use that, and then we're gonna go do our own shit after that. So we're gonna keep the style, keep the music and shit like that, but from that last episode, we'll keep the what happened and then move on from there. And that's exactly what they did with this. Um, the morph thing was kind of interesting and how they changed his power up, because in the original cartoon, he was never able to use people's powers. As in this one, he could fucking do everything, which is pretty fucking cool. So how they use him and how they utilize him was actually pretty cool. The Gambit Wolverine tag team shit was fucking awesome. Um, like, who knew? I was like, I never even thought about doing that. That shit's crazy. So that's something that actually was like very interesting. That was something that they did with the exploding fucking claws and shit like that. So that actually was pretty cool. I thought it was just a breath. It was a good take and just a good starting point for this show to show you where it's gonna go and kind of have a feel on what the feeling is gonna be of that show. I really like the art. I thought the art looks really sharp. I think again, you take the they got a lot from the fighting games and stuff like that, and you kind of see that in the art too. And then also the fight scenes, 100% the fight scenes with Cyclops and stuff like that. You do see the game, like just him coming down from the plane with the octave blast through the crater on the floor and shit. And that whole scene with the To Me My X-Men shit, I thought that was a dope scene. So I was very happy with it. For rating of the episode, for the first episode, I'll give it a 9. Like, it was a very good, get you right back into the mix of things. I go like 1 out of 5. It will be a 4 or 5.
Okay, all right. I think I'm gonna give it Uh, or 7.5.
There you go.
Not quite perfect, but I think it's unfortunate. I have the knowledge. We know it goes in the, it stays good and gets better as it goes on, but
Yeah.
I have to watch it, so see it for myself.
Yeah.
But as of this, I feel like this was 100% a step in the right direction. I think this also proved that as just a concept, the X-Men 97, that era is it kind of you kind of have to give it its props.
Yeah.
It's the most popular generation of X-Men. It
Yeah.
just is. You could People could argue, oh yeah, what about the 80s or the 70s? Like you could argue the 70s, but the 80s, no. It just didn't pop in pop culture like it did when it came to like once it hit Fox, that was it.
Yeah, because you also had the book being hot right when the cartoon started, and that's when Jim Lee was the main
Jim Lee was
artist,
right
and
there.
that was the big influence in the X-Men designs as well. So that Cyclops is
Like
100% Jim Lee.
It's like the most iconic versions
Yeah.
of almost all the characters, basically. Yellow Suit Wolverine, that version of Cyclops. I mean, minus he's not wearing the bomber jacket all the time. I like the bomber jacket. It looks stupid, but I like it. Sometimes you get cold, man. You know, Rogue got a jacket. Why she can't?
Why he can't have a jacket?
Morph got a jacket. He always had a jacket. Jubilee definitely has a jacket.
Yeah.
But it's just like that. I think they did a good job of capturing the characters, but also just in general, you realize, oh yeah, this is like, if the X-Men never stopped looking like this, it's like I wouldn't have an issue. You know what I mean? I understand costumes and variations and evolutions and things and different writers and artists and blah blah blah, but I would equate it to how you think of Batman, Superman, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There's a default costume.
Yeah.
Regardless of era.
I agree with that.
And then maybe there's 3 or 4, because Batman, I could say, your iconic Batman could be the light blue and gray, and you would not be wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends.
If you grew up on that.
Yeah, it depends on the generation of when you grew up.
But I just mean also how iconic that the look got to be. Like that gray and that light blue and gray Batman got to be out there for such a long time. It got to be iconic. Yeah. I could say, oh yeah, you could think, oh, the movie Batman from the Bale stuff, Christian Bale. And I say, no, because it didn't get enough time to be iconic. Yes, it's popular, but you could argue the Michael Keaton.
I will say mine will always be animated series, so black and gray.
Black and gray, but
that will always be my Batman. It'd be
see, that's a completely different thing where you can go that, or you could just go original.
Yeah, because the black and gray animated series, I think that's when I really got into Batman.
I think that's when a lot of people got into Batman.
And then you know what? There's always be love for the navy blue and gray, because I always love Adam West and the '60s Batman.
But even just in the Super Friends era, the '80s era, like there's a specific look that was around. The Crisis era, that was around.
You know what's crazy? I've never watched Super Friends. I watched like parts of it. I never got into it. But the blue and gray.
It's not like it's a bad show. It's a specific thing, though. It's a goofy show. It's not a serious.
So the blue and gray Batman I know is from Scooby Doo, the team up.
I mean, I'm just saying. You saying that is just like, even then, that iconic look got to go through so many different things.
Yeah, because then that's
what I mean.
because then you also if you really think about it, that's the goth. That's when they started going more gothic with the style of the art. Because that's when Neil Gaiman was writing. That's when Alan Moore was writing Batman. So he had that darker look at it at the time with the navy blue and gray.
This is true. I mean, not for nothing, even the Frank Miller had the color scheme.
Yeah.
So I was like, he was a big block of meat, but he was still navy blue and gray for some of it before he had that armor on. Just saying. He wasn't all black. You know what I mean? So that's just basically how I feel about X-Men '97. Is that they earned like the spot in comics history and
Yeah.
in general to be that look for them. It's just yeah, man,
Yeah.
take it. And the controversies behind it of people saying certain things and using like terms to disparage it is just like nah.
Yeah.
You could watch it and you could see there's no agenda here.
Yeah.
This is just what they were about from the beginning.
Yeah.
And there's people that aren't about that, and it was it's unfortunate. They try to mask it as like people's trying to put things in your face, but also you got to realize some people are just pieces of shit.
Yeah.
So when people try to be that, be wholesome, be caring about other people, and be representative, that's gonna make them feel bad because they are bad people on the inside.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. They call things woke, and it's like, no, you're just using a blanket term. You're actually a bad person.
Yeah.
You just don't want to say it. You just want to come out and try to be against things. People are trying to say things about Storm's hair. It's like, no, you're a bad person. There's nothing. There's no agenda there. That look is from the '70s.
Yeah.
There's things that came before you, and you choose not to acknowledge it. No.
She had that hairstyle a few times too. Like she had it late 2000s as well.
80, like 70, like it's different times. It came back and it went. And it's because it's a part of her character that they refuse to get rid of, and they should.
And they did it in the perfect story because as in we go into this thing, that was the reason why she went into that more or different hairstyle as well, because she kind of drifted away from the X-Men for a bit and shit. So yeah, people just bitch about it.
Yeah, they find ways to do things and everything, but then
again, I was like, X-Men always
but
been.
I will always go. But I will always go. Is this warranted?
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's things there's just terms and stuff that apply like tokenism, and people go out of their way to do it, and then you watch it and it's like, yeah, this is pandering.
Yeah.
But then you watch this and you go, oh no, this is just a continuation of the story.
Yeah.
No. They this was the message in '97. This is the message now. You either get with it or don't watch it.
Yeah.
Don't sit around and complain. It's like wrestling. Stop hate watching.
Yeah.
Just go away.
That's what people love to do.
We don't need you. Like if you want to bitch, go watch something else. There's more than enough stuff.
Exactly.
It is what it is. So yeah, I mean, it's a good first episode, and we'll keep on going.
Yep. So episode 2 will be next week, and then we have our comic book theater, and our movie is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
So you can take the reins on that one, because I know this was one of.
Yeah.
This is your Spider-Man.
Yeah, I actually like this Spider-Man a lot. So this is July 7th, 2017. That was the release date. This is rated PG-13, and it has a runtime of 2 hours and 13 minutes. We do have our director, which is John Watts. John Watts did this movie called he did pretty much the whole series. He did one of his famous movies, I think, is 500 Days. Let's see, was something he's known for. Actually, no, he doesn't have it here. So, but yeah, he did a lot of TV shows and stuff like that before this movie. Our actors. We have Tom Holland as Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Michael Keaton as Adrian Toomes, aka Vulture. We have Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, Iron Man. We have Marissa Tomei as May Parker. We have John Favreau as Happy Hogan, Gwyneth Paltrow, Pepper Potts, Zendaya. She was Michelle. Donald Glover was Aaron Davis, aka Miles Morales' uncle. Jacob Belton is Ned. Laura Harrier is Liz. Tony Revolvi is Flash Thompson. Joaquin Woodbine is Herman Schultz, aka Shocker. Kenneth Chow, which is the Principal Mariota. Hannibal Buress was the coach. Those are like that. Usually we have like a random dude. what's the actor's name? He's like, hey, do a flip. Zach Cherry is street vendor. He's like, hey, do a flip.
Pretty funny.
And Stan Lee was Gary.
Gary.
Yeah. So we go from there. The synopsis of the movie: Peter Parker balances his life as an ordinary high school student in Queens with his superhero alter ego Spider-Man, and finds himself on a trail of a menacing, prowling in disguise of New York City. So this movie takes place right after, not probably a year or two after Civil War. So he's pretty much doing his thing and going to high school and everything like that, and then kind of have to work with Tony Stark and Happy Hogan's kind of have to watch him and do things and shit like that, because it kicks off of everything that he was doing between the time. I thought the movie was fun. I thought the movie was funny. I actually like Tom Holland a lot as Spider-Man and Parker. I think he has the wit of it. I was really surprised with Vulture and Michael Keaton. I actually really enjoyed the characters. I liked the little subtleties of the little Easter egg characters they had in his crew and in the gangs that they were dealing with, even in the end credits. They added a lot of depth into it.
I was gonna say I like the legacy of the Shocker.
Yeah.
Because it was another guy first that had the look.
Yeah.
And the yellow and the brown.
Yeah.
And then he was getting too big for his britches.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to get hit with the gravity gun, and instead he got turned into ash. It's like, damn, that's messed up. Was that guy supposed to be the toy tinkerer?
Yes.
Okay.
The guy that made the weapons, yes. He was the tinkerer.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure.
But it was a really fun
movie. So they
movie.
set up a few characters in this in this universe. All right.
Because also in the Staten Island Ferry, you had the origin, the Matt Garner and as the Scorpion there.
Gargan, yeah.
Gargan and shit like that. So you had like a lot of Easter eggs.
Yeah, a few. Yeah, you had the Prowlers are little cameo.
And saying, hey, my nephew lives.
Talking about my nephew, yeah.
A lot of cool stuff.
Now, is this inspired by something different? I asked that because did they go no Mary Jane, no what's the other girl's name with the blonde hair?
Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, did they say, like, was that like a mandate or something? No Mary Jane, no Gwen.
I think they
so we're gonna
do
different. Liz.
Yeah.
Because Liz is an older character.
Yeah. And
Michelle
history
is not.
Yeah.
As far as I know, Michelle's not from like old school. Like, is she a different era?
No, she's a new. She's supposed to be the MJ because even in the end, towards the ending, she say, "Oh yeah, my friends call me MJ."
Okay.
So she says she is MJ, but she's not Mary. Her name's not Mary.
Gotcha.
But like Liz Hardy had history with Spider-Man, like Betsy Brant also. There's a lot of girls in his life, so you do see that in that. I do like the character building they did. I love the back and forth between him and Stark, because those are always hilarious conversations and stuff like that. I really like Marissa Tomei as Aunt May, but then again, I just love Marissa Tomei, so I'm very biased in that sense. But it's a really fun movie. I think this is these are my favorite versions of Spider-Man, even though it's not like the typical Marvel Spider-Man. I think it's more kind of like learning off of Tony Stark. He's more technology based and things like that, but then you kind of see him going high tech and things like that, and then going into his own throughout these series of movies. And that's one thing I like about it. So for me, it's a 4.75 because I love these series. I love the series, so that's where I'm going with this one.
This one I think is one of the better Spider-Man movies. I think Tom Holland is I think he's the best young Spider-Man. I mean, also that just the fact that he looks like a teenager when they casted him, instead of looking like a grown man like Toby. And even Andrew Garfield, he looked in his 20s. You know what I mean? So I think they did the right casting with him. So like this is a Spider-Man you get to grow with because
Yeah.
he's come back multiple times, right? But this being the first full adventure because we only saw him in Civil War, I think this is good. They establish his universe. They establish his ties with Iron Man. Keep those strong. They have they build up his own Rose Gallery from the beginning
Yeah.
because although technically this is a Marvel Studios movie, this is
Still
we've
on
only
Sony.
had the the Sony's Rose Gallery.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a fresh start, but still, still there.
Mhm.
But first, Vulture. Is this first Shocker? Was there any like little guy that got beat up that was Shocker in the older movies? No, I think there was a guy that was like and got hit once and disappeared or something like that.
No, they never did anything with Shocker.
Okay. And like you said, they set the play for Scorpion and just and different people, but they also explained a key thing about the Avengers event was, and it made sense in bringing about Vulture.
Yeah.
And then it made sense in the weapons going into the world when you see he's trying to sell them.
Mm-hmm.
Like what happened with the contract being taken away from his construction company by Tony Stark. And so you see right away there's that rivalry right there and that bitterness and resentment. So I do like that they give the villain you get time to get the villain's point of view and his motivations and stuff, and so he just feels like a complete villain. You know what I mean? So I like that.
I'm gonna give awesome.
Yeah, he's a good actor. I mean, there's not really anything really bad acting wise in this movie. Like it was just good. Even like him, the scenes with Ned, I still think are some of the best scenes for like Peter Parker and his character and whatnot. And then like they did a good job with the kids in the school too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like you get the sense of some of them, like who likes who and who's friends with who, and like it doesn't feel really like faking. Cause I can be honest with you, like I said about Toby, it's just like him and the other students. It's like there's not that much of a connection between him and MJ.
Yeah.
And Harry. Like almost nobody else in that school matters.
Yeah.
So like I like that they have like the school and the teachers and stuff. Like they have names and they matter and they show. You know what I mean? Like I think the world is better. So this one I'm gonna give 4 or 5.
Right, cool. All right. So 4, 5. Your 4 5s consist of Kick-Ass, Iron Man, Super, Scott Pilgrim, Sin City, Pootie Tang, Lego Batman, Ant-Man, Kingsman, Blade 2, and yeah, those are your 4 5s.
I guess you could put it above Blade 2.
Alright. Spider-Man Homecoming. Alright, our next movie on this long list of movies is Valorant? Tell you right now, I think it's Valorant. Yeah, Valorant.
Never heard
It's
of
a
it.
sci-fi movie.
That I could have figured, but still no. Not one that I'm familiar with.
I think I've seen it. I remember seeing it. I think it was pretty boring.
Okay. Alright. Well.
Yeah, it has the dude that played Green Goblin and the Harry in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
There you go. Alright, let me wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere. RedCycloneInc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify.
Yep.
And we got a WordPress, so check it out. Where you at, Merc?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok. All Mark with the Mic. Also check out our other casts. We have the Morphin Cast, Shell Shock, the Not a Trekkie, and the Gamer Rage podcast. Check those out, and our weekly wrestling babble, and I guess Brass Rare. So there you go. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.